I did a sniper shot, 2,475 yards. And he goes, do you know you broke Rob Furlong's world record? I said, no. On the Sunday, opened the papers, and all about me. We started getting death threats. They brought an out-of-season fighter to hunt me down. Found a car lined out with plastic, and my photo was in the car, and it was a plan to kidnap me and cut my head off. I had a good childhood, and my mum was a single parent, and we just bounced from house to house, trying to raise me up properly, me and my brother, How
was your brother, older or younger?
He's a year older than me.
Okay.
Yeah, he joined the Royal Artillery.
Well, okay.
Yeah, King's Troop. So
is he still there now?
No, he's done his 22.
Yeah.
So he's
out. Banter
now.
Between you, I can imagine.
I don't really talk to him.
Do you not?
No, I haven't spoke to him in 13 years.
Really?
I haven't spoke to my mum in about 15 years.
Fallout?
Yeah, really. All to do with Afghan, believe it or not. Yeah.
That's a side of things people don't see as well. I mean, we're going to talk about all this stuff obviously today, sure. But the fact that split your family so badly,
massively.
It should have been something that pulled it together.
Yeah. My mum was very Victorian, so you didn't really. I was going to swear then. Can we swear?
You can swear if you like. You can say what you want.
Yeah. So we didn't. I was too scared to fuck up because mum sort of run the house with an iron fist.
Wow.
And she knew I was going to join the army.
But you can say two boys in those days.
Yeah.
And she'd have been presumably struggling a little bit with some of the stuff. Do you know what I mean? Two boys, you need to put the fist in, didn't you?
Yeah, I was pretty good as a kid, I think. Yeah. I didn't cause much drama with the police or anything, really. My granddad was my father figure. And he passed away in 94.
Any service with your granddad?
He was in the Air Force.
Okay.
My mum's in the Air Force as well, and so was my dad. That's how they met.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was just devastated when my grandfather passed away because there's a massive impact in my life because I didn't have a father figure. So.
A lot of people who were close to their grandparents. I only ever met my granddad. I didn't meet my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my granddad was sort of like, wow. Do you know what I mean?
They step up, don't they?
Yeah.
Top fucking bloke. And then I knew I was going to join the army at 10 years old.
Really? So you got the bug straight on?
I didn't get the bug. My mum said, this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do.
Pretty much an arranged marriage to the army. That's what you're having.
The lifeguards and the Household and Blues Royals amalgamated because they were doing the same job.
Okay.
So they thought, well, we might as well amalgamate them.
Yeah.
But they kept the cap badges the same, different as well. So lifeguards and Blues Royals.
Okay.
And I remember lining up outside the Squimps' office, and this officer came down, Captain Fox his name was, and he was going, lifeguard of Blue and Royal. And I paused and I thought, oh, fucking hell, this is what the Blue and Royal. And he goes, Blue and Royal, lifeguard of Blue to the next guy, and, and I was like, fucking hell, sir. And that's why I ended up being a Blue and Royal.
Really?
Not from choice, just because I panicked. I went, Blue and Royal.
He's in the headlines.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Mate, that's tremendous. So, did you enjoy training? Did you have...
Loved it.
Yeah, see, I always say that. I do meet a few people that don't have such a great experience, but I think, because I'm always learning, I'm always on the go, and I have to keep going.
Yeah, I think because I joined at a young age, at 16, I knew no different. So I didn't experience Civvy Street. I think if you join at a later age and experience Civvy Street, then you get not an attitude, but you understand what civvies are like to the army life. So when I joined at 16, I was a clean canvas. So getting beaten up and down a hill, I knew no fucking different. I thought this is what the army's about. Yeah. And I loved it. I loved going on exercise. Exercise I was more of a camp rat, and on exercise I excelled.
Yeah. I was always said that. I always said, people go, no such thing as a field soldier. Well, I'm afraid there is.
There is.
Definitely 100% is. Because I hate the camp.
Massively.
Do you know what I mean? Massively. I hate all that bullshit.
And that carried on all the way through my army career.
Yeah.
Being in camp, I didn't enjoy. Being in the field, snipering, or just looking after the lads.
Yeah, doing what you got to do.
Second to none.
Out of sight of the office. Yeah. The ivory tower can't get their hands on you.
No paperwork to fill in, no computers or anything. You just fucking crack on and
make
do it.
Make your own luck.
Exactly, yeah. And there was a pallet outside the gym, and I remember being on the punch bag, and somebody threw a grenade into the spud factory, and it blew up. And next thing I knew, people are running. I could hear gunfire, and I thought, "Fuck, we're kicking off here." So I'm in my gym kit, and I thought, I've got my rifle with me. I thought, right, I'm going to go out and have a bit. It turned out people were running across this pallet. and it sounded like gunfire.
Right, okay.
So I've come out the spud factory like that, screaming, and I'm thinking, it's no fucker here. What's he doing? Sweating my tits off in my gym kit. But what's he doing? But it was more of a peacekeeping role. I ended up doing 3 tours of Bosnia altogether. Okay. I was bouncing them.
But you're outside of camp, aren't you? So you're doing stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, I loved going to the troop houses. Yeah. Where you take over an house and you make it your own. And
it's like the FOBs now, and the patrol bases.
Just love being self-efficient. Yeah, you got your kit, you got your backpack, you got everything in there you need, all your vehicles got everything you need, and off you go. And that's what I used to enjoy. That side of it.
So when did you start looking at the sniping side of stuff?
When I went to Iraq, we were the first ones into Iraq. So we went to Kuwait, queued up in Kuwait, waiting to go over into Iraq. And I remember when the berm blew up, when they blew the berm up, the engineers lighted all the strobes and all that. It was like nothing I've ever seen, because I've never been. In fact, I got shot at in Bosnia, but I've never been shot at as much as we went across the border. Because they slammed all the oil wells off, set them on fire. They were making tank ditches. They set all them on fire and everything like that. And it was fucking horrendous, It was like 11 o'clock in the afternoon, but it was pitch black, absolutely pitch black.
Smoke everywhere.
We just blocked out the sun, And we went into Iraq. And I remember the Americans went on to Baghdad, to Nasiriyah, then went on to Baghdad, and we went on to Al-Amara, to take over that city. And we had a mass firefight going there.
Yeah, Al-Amara threw up all sorts of problems for a lot of people, didn't they?
Massive.
That's where Bahari won his VC up that way, wasn't it? So that was proper bandit country, wasn't it?
Yeah, I get goosebumps talking about it, because it just. I remember being on a CIMIC building roof fighting. Shooting, and I remember 2 SF lads there with a 50 cal, and they were bouncing from rooftop to rooftop. And that's always sticks in my mind, that does. But when we took over Al-Amara, we took over the football stadium there, the big stadium. Yeah. And I remember we fortified it, and I remember I had a couple of hours downtime, so I thought I'd go for a quick walk. Because I've always been a bit of a loner, always. I've got friends, colleagues and associates, but I like my own company. So I went up to the football stadium, and I went right to the top, and they posted snipers all the way around, and these were all Irish. And I remember going up to him and just started talking to him, and he never took his eye off the glass.
Proper zoned in.
Fucking scanning his arcs, everything. And I thought, fucking, this guy's professional, And he was talking to me as he was checking his arcs and everything, and didn't even look at me once. And I thought, this is what I want. And I noticed all the snipers got treated like adults as well, because they got more responsibility. Yeah. They got a precision rifle.
That you are doing some long, serious hours up there.
Yeah,
you start treating like a child when you come off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get your best space.
No. Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can't have that, can you? You know what I mean?
And I said, I want to do that. This is what I want to do. Got blown up twice on that tour. The second one really got me. Yeah, got me bad.
And what you say, it got you bad, injury-wise? Did you pick up many injuries? Or was it more the fact that you were like, wow, that was close? Do you know what I mean? When you never had a close one. And you sit down and you think about it and go, I'm in the Glad to Be Alive club. I now feel I'm quite lucky today, do you know what I mean? But then that can haunt you afterwards, can't it? Because you go, ooh.
I think the bullet to the helmet shook me the most. And they all dished, when I went on Afghan tour, they dished these new helmets out.
Yeah.
The Mark 7 Alpha helmets, and I had a 6 Alpha helmet, the old-fashioned ones. I had one because my head's massive. So they said, you're going to have to wear this one, and then through the tour we'll replace it. And I think, and the new helmets are higher on the ear.
Okay.
And the old ones, 6 Alpha helmets, are lower on the ear.
Okay.
And I got hit an inch above my ear, and it went right around the helmet and came out top, knocked me out for 20 seconds. Because you think that bullet's going supersonic, and it fucking knocked me the fuck out.
Where was this? Was this in Afghanistan?
This is Afghan, yeah. Okay. And it knocked me clean out. And then 3 weeks after that, I got really bad concussion. I felt sick and everything after I came around. But I carried on. To this day now, I don't know what went on. But apparently to my driver, who was in the footwell of the vehicle, I stood up and started shooting. And then a round hit my ammo box on my jimpy. So it crushed the ammo box. So my belt snapped. So I didn't know what to do. So I grabbed my SA-80, started laying down fire, and I grabbed my pistol, started laying down.
So was this on a routine patrol?
What it was, they were setting up a PB in Minden, which is north of Musakala, in Helmand's province, and our job was to protect the left flank. And there's a bit that I saw that I didn't check, so I went up there. Next thing I knew, an RPG came whizzing past, hit the ground, and bounced, and carried on going. My front call sign was his driver was out having a pee at the time.
Yeah.
You know, so he dived into the vehicle, reversed, and then got fucking rinsed, absolutely rinsed.
So proper full-on ambush.
Oh, yeah, proper, you know. And where I didn't check the ground, there were 3 Taliban down there, but they were engaging me from the left hand, and then they started engaging us as well. And so we popped smoke, you know, and then we reversed. But I stayed on the hill and made sure everyone got off the hill, because it was all my lads' first tour as well, you know.
Welcome to combat.
Yeah, and they always wanted a contact. They said, "Oh, I want to get," and I always used to say to them every time I brief him, and I said, "Look, lads, it will fucking come. It will come." I said, but do not, like you said, don't wish it.
Yeah, I say that to a lot of young lads. I said to my own sons, both my sons are serving. I say that, don't wish it, because when it comes, it'll come as fade loads.
It will. Yeah. It will. And you can't predict where the rounds are going or anything, you know, when they're coming near you. As I've fallen out the vehicle, my driver grabbed me, pulled his arm out of his socket because I wasn't light, with all my battle kit on as well.
Yeah.
I got shot in the body armour, got shot in my man bag through the strap, shot on my helmet. Yeah, I was in a clip way, you know, and I had really bad concussion, throwing up everything.
Yeah.
And then 3 weeks off that, I hit an IED.
Wow, so you were in a proper place on that tour. Was that? Do you think that would have been your clip tour? Would that have been the worst tour that you did?
For kinetic fighting, for being in a tick, yeah, that was the fucking worst.
Yeah.
You know.
So did you get any sniping done that tour? Or was this
purely?
I did. You did get some sniping done as well.
That's why I held the record for that.
Okay, so that was the tour where you got the last
tour.
Okay.
My last tour, yeah. I managed to do a lot.
And that was something, because you bracketed into that, didn't you? So it wasn't a case of here we go, one shot, one kill type thing. It was like you had to bring that on. But presumably because they were firing back, they didn't notice that they were being bracketed.
No.
So I mean, if you're hitting the ground in front, there's going to be no fizz, there's going to be no crack and front for them. They'd have been like, we're okay, we're doing okay, and you've got them, and you're like, boom, and you're on.
Yeah, well, the point was when I did the shot, I was trying to get a dicker's head down. You know, that was the only reason I was shooting that far, to get this, because he was coordinating the attack, and I could see the antenna and everything. He was coordinating it. So I needed to get his head down, and it worked because the interpreter I had said, look, they're running blind now because he's getting shot at from somewhere, and that fucker was from me.
Wow, okay. Did you get the dicker?
No, I didn't.
You didn't get the dicker, no.
It's a mile and a half away. Yeah. You know, my laser binoculars just had 4 red lines on. And I thought it was fucked. I thought, it's got to be working. Then I was testing it on different stuff, and it was working. Tested it, it's 4 red lines.
Wow,
and I thought, all right. So I bracketed.
That's when you started lobbing them in.
Took me 9 shots, you know, to get there. And I was on magnification 15, so I wasn't on 4 mag. Because if you have it on 4 mag, your reticle wobbles.
And you get all that real haze around everything.
And then you get floating aperture and stuff like that. So I bracketed it. So my target was further away because I have stadia lines in the scope, which is quick for quick firing, and he was on the stadia line. I wasn't even on my crosshair. He was on the stadia line because I was just past the capability of my scope.
And that action there, that saved the day, really, didn't it? Because that was like there was
12 guys.
Yeah. So that actually
and the patrol.
You pulled it out of the bag.
Yeah, patrol went. Well, the reason we were there to give overwatch for patrol going in, the omelettes mixed with Afghan troops and British soldiers. Yeah, that we were giving overwatch, and they got fucking smashed, absolutely smashed. And I made a command decision because my officer had been smashed. So I was doing an officer's and a sergeant's job.
What rank were you at this stage?
Sergeant.
Okay. So
Corporal of Horse. Corporal of Horse.
Yeah.
And I made the choice. I think, right, I'm going to send these vehicles down and act as a buffer between the kill zone and the village where they're getting attacked, because we had 50 kills, 40 mils, Jimpies.
So you want to bring them into play?
Yeah.
You want to get some
and
serious
I
punch.
acted as a buffer, so the lads can get all their injured and dead out.
Yeah.
And to protect the patrol, but my lads got whacked as well. The tick itself lasted from about 11:30 till 2:30. is a big contact because
that's a long time.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
It is.
You know,
and I was on the net.
Never been in a contact before. That is a long time,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, because you think a contact just lasts for seconds or a minute because they do shoot and scoot tactics, you know, and you think that minute lasts forever, doesn't you? An hour or 2 hours or 3 hours is a fucking long time.
Yeah.
And I colour-coded all my ammo boxes, my lads, so red, green and amber. And I was on the net all the time going colour code, ammo, amber. So I knew they were safe. I'm in red. I'm in fuck. I'm in green. Right, give you some ammo too. So, working together. And they work really...
That's a great system.
Instead of going, hang on, I count my smoke. You know, I just wanted an easy system, so they're not blocking up the net or anything, you know. So, so I had one chat net and one net on the big net. So, you know, as soon as you say contact, everything just goes. Everything just dolls, doesn't it? You can hear a pin drop.
So you come back from that tour, right?
Yeah.
Where did you go there? What was after that tour for you?
I went to the sniper school for 2 years.
Okay.
After that, and then we did a medals parade prior to that, and it was a Thursday, and the media came around, and the adjutant captain, he came around with the media, and my lads saw the most on that tour because they were using my lads to fracturise the flet to push through the enemy flet, and then they put a pinpricks in. Now go that way, so they can draw something on the map to prove that they pushed the Taliban back 2 Ks, you know, and so when they hand over to the next tour, they go, but they were here, now they're here.
The cost of those pins being moved was
massively.
Incredible.
Massively. I think I went on tour with 16 guys, and I came back with 6 original guys. You know, we got fucking smashed. And that lays a lot on my shoulders because when I left to go on tour, it's their first tour and my officer's first tour as well. You know, and their parents were coming up to me going, look after him, will you? Look after Johnny. And I'm like, he'd be good, you know. And I didn't want to say, I can't promise you anything because that's not what they don't want to hear.
No, you've got to say
so it was pretty hard, So, and on the Sunday, open the papers and it's all about me. All about
it. Did you feel betrayed then?
Fucking massively because it never went. It went to London District Media Ops. And some fat colonel there has probably gone, past that. You're retired.
There should be some element of
he gets didactic.
Secrecy around, around sniping full stop, isn't it?
Massively.
You know what I mean? Somebody's and especially stuff like that. So
because when I got blown up, I was in cast for six weeks.
Yeah.
And I wasn't right in my head. I felt everything tours that I've done is like shattered the walls around me. And I was thinking about stuff in Afghan that happened in Kosovo.
Yeah.
And I'm going, what the fuck am I thinking? And then I was looking for the scope, and I was getting flashbacks on the scope of engagements that I've done.
And did you find that your emotions got a bit mixed up as well?
Massively.
Because when I went down with this sort of stuff, I'd cry at stupid things. I remember going to a mate's wedding, and he'd give me a watch.
Yeah.
And I'm crying, and I'm going, I don't normally cry at that. Do you know what I mean? I'm going, and my missus is looking at me going, there's something going on there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I never noticed it first. My wife noticed it first.
Yeah, I think it always will be someone who knows. Obviously,
and then the army noticed it, and So I was in casts, and they took the casts off me, made me do 10 press ups after 6 weeks, and then set me back out. And I went straight out to the straight up range again, and then I was stuck on a ridgeline called Panda's Ridge in Afghan.
Yeah.
And that's where the Taliban were getting their ammunition from and their weapon systems from. So it was my job to engage targets. And I just didn't feel right. Feel like when the lads were going on exercise, I was taking it a step too far. I was still in Afghan. I was still in fucking Iraq.
Yeah.
You know, so the lads playing the enemy, I was cable tying, hog tying them, fucking black masking them, sending them out, you know, and they were going, fucking hell, Craig, you need to calm down.
Yeah,
and I'm like, sorry.
Taking everything next level.
Yeah, exactly, because I was still there, you know. And then I went to the sniper school for 2 years because we started getting death threats then.
Yeah, so this is all off the back of this paper. What paper was it, by the way?
The Sun, the Express. I went in every.
So the red top types have totally gone overboard with all that.
My wife's name, my name, my dog's name, where I lived, where I was born, everything. and we had media outside our pad's house.
I mean, what makes them think they can do that? That's insane, isn't it?
That's and then I remember this fucking so vividly. A guy came to our house with a copper, right, and he had a briefcase handcuffed to his wrist, right?
Yeah.
And he came into our living room. He went, opened his briefcase, still handcuffed to it, and he goes, "Can you sign this?" And he said, "Don't have to read it, just sign it." And I said, "I want to read it." And he goes, "Yeah." And
really?
he goes, "No." So I signed it. I was battered by then. You think I've got mental issues? But I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I thought, okay, I'm in the army. Still, yes, sir. Follow discipline.
Yeah.
So I signed it. He went. He goes, "Good." Fucking went. And I was like, what have I just fucking signed here? I don't know. To this day now, I don't know where this guy came from, what I signed.
Yeah.
And anyway, then we moved into camp behind the wire to get out of pads houses because the media was all over us all the time. And then we started getting death threats from fundamentalists in England.
Where were they coming from?
Birmingham.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they wanted to cut my head off.
And how were they getting to your, what was it, email? Was it social media?
Through the media.
Yeah.
Always through the media. And I've got the paper clipping still. Yeah. You know, always through the media saying we want to kidnap a Muslim soldier for the stuff that Craig Harrison done in snipering. And when I was on tour, when I was on Panda's Ridge, we heard through the whiz reports and stuff like that comes through that they brought an out-of-season fighter to hunt me down. Because I did something.
I don't know. Right, I've only ever been in this situation once myself, and in Gaza I upset somebody, and Islamic Jihad attacked our compound to get me personally.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, when you're in a group of lads, do you know what I mean? Or you're out there, you know, and you're serving, you're with your unit, it's like one thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? All right, we're in this together, we're all good. But when they're actually going, Craig, I'm coming for you, son.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes you feel.
Yeah.
That is honking, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is proper honking.
Yeah, and then you.
So I know how you feel there because that is just disgusting, isn't it?
I was like, I wasn't like bring it on. I was like, okay. I took it in my stride. I was going okay, and then in my hand I'm thinking, count snipering, sniper on sniper. What have I got to look for? Where would I be in the situation? And I thought he was on Panda's Ridge on the other side of the ridge line. Yeah. Because we got incoming fire, and I thought, is he fucking hunting me down here? They couldn't see me because I was gillied up. I had support on Panda's Ridge, probably 200 meters away. I had a Mastiff with a 50, I had a 40 mil, I had a Javelin, I had a Scimitar there with a 30 mil rod and cannon and a Jimpy, you know. So I had all the gear for backup, but it was my job to personally PID and take out individuals because a 50 cal is more sporadic. Yeah. You know, 40 mil sporadic as well. That's just fucking explosive grenades do. So you got to worry about collateral damage.
Let's take it a little slightly different direction because we've gone fairly deep for quite some time now. Yeah. Let's talk about what does Craig do now?
So also I wrote my book.
Yeah.
I want to put people straight because they had me laying down doing the shot. The Americans did a thing on YouTube when they go, "Oh yeah, it's Craig Harrison broke the world record," you know, and then how they did it, I was laying down. And everyone thought I was laying down. I wasn't. I was stood up when I did my shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Nails.
Yeah. Stood up. And I had to put people straight. And that's why I wrote my book. But my book couldn't be just about the shot because it'd be like a pamphlet. So they asked me to write about my life story. So I did. And then what I do now is I run a bushcraft survival school called the Maverick Survival School.
Brilliant.
And basically, veterans come free.
Okay.
And first-line responders and people suffering from mental health, civilians as well. And I take them into a wood where I live near Portsmouth.
Okay.
And it's a 57-acre wood block. And
I'm only down the road. I'll have to come and see you.
Yeah, please do, mate. Please do. And I just teach them trapping, snaring, foraging, flit napping. We make arrows, forging, everything we do. Basic.
There's something I'd love to do. Forge.
Yeah. I've got a little forge I got from India,
really?
And it's absolutely brilliant. And we get a 6-inch nail, and we make an arrowhead out of it.
Oh, awesome.
And then we do So they tip up on the Friday, and they leave the Sunday. So they tip up on the Friday, and they don't know each other, you know, unless they're with a partner or something.
Yeah.
Come the Saturday night, they're like best mates. Everyone's talking, and then Ross comes down, and if you're really suffering, take a walk with Ross in the woods. And there's no other place that I know that does that. Once I become a charity, once I get myself some my own land, once I get a log cabin in there, she's going to be more involved with the school.
Okay.
You know, and I won't be taking a wage off that school. That's what I don't want. I want everything to go back into veterans, everything to go back into mental health, and that's what I want to do.
Well, look, I wish you all the best success with that. I hope in some way, or shape, or form we can be a part of that. Do you know what I mean? We'll always help you promote and all that sort of stuff here.
No, I appreciate that.
What we do, and we'd love to have you back another day for sure.
I'd love to come
back. We'd
back.
love to do some more stuff with you. So look, it's been a tremendous interview. You've opened up. You've gone above and beyond for us, as you did go above and beyond in your career. You are a soldier. You are a warrior. You are a proper geezer, mate. And I'd love to shake your hand again.
And thank you for your service as well.
Thank
you know what I mean?
No,
thank you for yours.
I enjoyed it.
All brothers at the end of the day.
No, superb.
No, thank you.
I've got the old tingles now.
No, it's good, mate. It's good. It's good.
Take care, bud.
All right. I will do. Thank you.